Female citizens of Pakistan have maternity rights under the Constitution of Pakistan and provincial legislations. Part 2, Chapter 2, Article 37E of the Constitution, under Fundamental Rights, states that women are to be given maternity benefits while employed. It is important to note that the law is outdated and the maternity benefit rates and bonuses require an update. The Mines Maternity Benefit Act 1941, which applies to the whole of Pakistan, prohibits employment of women in mines before and after childbirth. As per Section 4, women have the right to obtain a leave of absence during pregnancy and after childbirth if the employee notifies her manager 1.5 months prior to the date of delivery. Section 4, Subsection 2 requires the female employees to notify the manager orally or in writing that she is expected to deliver a child within 10 weeks. The Punjab Maternity Benefit Ordinance 1958. This ordinance is applicable to all of Punjab in any establishment which can be industrial, commercial, or otherwise. It is important to note that the law is fairly outdated. Section 3 prohibits the employment of a woman for 6 weeks after birth of her child and any arduous, temporary, or permanent work for 6 weeks preceding the date of her delivery. Every woman has the right to maternity benefit at the rate of her wages for 6 weeks preceding the date of delivery, the days on which she delivers the child, and 6 weeks after the delivery, provided that she has worked at the establishment for no less than 4 months. An employee must notify her employer orally or in writing of her pregnancy. If she has not, she must do so within 7 days of having delivered her child as per Section 5. The employee must supply proof of birth, such as a birth register or a certificate signed by a medical professional. As per Section 6, in the case of death of an employee, the employer is to pay the benefit to any individual the woman has nominated. If she dies after having given birth, the employer will be liable to pay her up to and including the day of her death. The amount paid in excess shall not be recoverable from her legal representative. Section 7 prohibits employers from dismissing any woman during her maternity leave, as it would deprive her of her entitled maternity benefit under the law. Section 8 imposes a penalty on the employee for working during permitted periods of absence, and Section 9 places a penalty on any employer that is in contravention with the ordinance. It is important to note that the law here is outdated. The Provincial Employees Social Security Ordinance 1965 also applies to the whole of Punjab. Section 36 allows for any secured woman to receive maternity benefit, provided that the contribution, being sum of the money payable by the employer under this ordinance, is payable or has been paid for 180 days during a year, prior to the date of her confinement, which is to be certified by a medical professional, shall be entitled to a maternity benefit for 12 weeks. The Maternity and Paternity Leave Bill, 2018. After demands for new legislation, the Maternity and Paternity Leave Bill 2018 has been passed, which includes paternity rights. If passed as an act, will allow for fully paid maternity leaves, the first one being 180 days, the second one being 120 days, and the third one being 90 days. It will allow for a fully paid paternity leave for 30 days. Fathers may only take paternity leave up to 3 times during the employment.